All right, guys, welcome back to the Pro League. It has been a monstrous first map.
Some monster plays being made by both teams. Unfortunately, NaVi are going to go down in, what was that, triple overtime?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
In the end. And we'll be going to Dust2 as the next map coming up between these two. Now, I guess the gloves are off as such. For FaZe, that was an incredibly important victory for them.
Well, yes and no.
Here we go. Chad's been staring at this for a while.
They could have just beaten Flipside tomorrow and they still would have qualified.
Okay.
NaVi really needed that to push them up into the, I think it was going to be the 16-10 bracket, 16 wins, 10 losses. However, now, here's the scenarios for those playing, which I'm assuming is all of you because we got to focus on this stuff. This is where my cable comes out. All right, so tomorrow, if Dignitas and Envy, who are playing each other, which should be the hot match of tomorrow, not official hot match, but just it should be the best match.
Yep.
If they go 1-1, those two teams will both be sitting on 15 and 11. VP, if they take 2 maps off G2, they will also be sitting at 15 and 11. And NaVi, assuming they take Dust2 right now, come on, Cable, and then win tomorrow 2-0, they will also be sitting at 15 and 11. So we'll have a 4-way tie for the last 2 spots. Yeah, so Mouse, Fnatic, NIP, and FaZe have all qualified at this point. And if my calculations are correct, we could potentially have a 4-way tie. If Dig or Envy 2-0 each other, whoever 2-0s in that scenario qualifies straight away. Then it could potentially be a tie between wherever VP and NaVi come, assuming they win their appropriate matches.
All right, I think we're actually live in this.
Are we?
I think so.
Sorry, people.
No, it's good to get clarity on these sort of things, and I'm almost certain this is live, and so we can jump into it now. But we will be kind of recapping that whole table at the end of the day. As Alu shows some dominance towards short, already going to pick up towards Simple at the top of mid there. Now Guardian and Seized have to try and keep this one together, and Alu's hitting some blinders.
It's good to make those pistol headshots. It's very satisfying, the USP headshots. You shoot them in the head and they fall to the ground. It's almost as good as like a Deagle 1B, but I think you see a lot more of the USPs just slamming out. We saw Jacob on Mirage cop a quick triple with it.
Yeah.
It wasn't as clean as the ones that Alu just took then, but it's always nice to see those. A lot of UMPs being bought by the side of FaZe. They did the same thing in the previous map. It seems to be the go-to. They don't opt for the MP7. They don't really like the MP9 so much. They like the ARM. They like the armor pen, and good thing it's going because there's a couple of sets of head armor by Simple and Flamey who have picked up some digs and P250s and that kind of jazz, and see what action they can make happen.
Oh, we saw the NaVi can do damage with these, so certainly not going to turn your nose up at it. So you've got to be careful if you're FaZe. You've got to keep that relatively in mind. Now they've not playing actively towards short here, up towards catwalk. Absolutely fine. So Alu's the first point of contact. Now he's the only one with the M4. Now Rain's pretty spotted or he's heard some of this, but there you go. There's those deagles we're talking about. Seized finds a quick one towards Rain, and now it's down to Alu to hold on to it. That meant to be fake almost out there, or at least the commitment came in from Seized, maybe just to find a frag back. Gets thwarted by AZ, and now the 3 remaining players from NaVi might have to fall back to getting those picks rather than trying to make that hit towards the A site.
Yeah, they're happy to grab 1, but the Deagles need to find the head of a few more if they want to have any chance. There's still a minute to work with. Jacob will probably take... Sorry, I was saying that Jacob will probably get taken down by Edward, and now we're in a 3-on-3 situation. Cat control is had, and Alu was pinned in the site there. He had nowhere to go. He either fell into city spawn or tried to get some map control, and Simple's having none of it. The A-bomb site is now in complete control of the terrorist. It will go down, and when you have Eddie in pit like that, he's got that long control. You pretty much sorted. All
right, so bomb's down. Pretty safely planted here. Ace is going to find the first step in the right direction for them. And that's actually the M4 loss. That fell in the hands of Simple, so he tried to take a bit of a risk. I guess a gamble there, maybe a bit of an overstep.
Not necessary.
Yeah, really not at this point. That's left Guardian and Edwin in a really tricky predicament. The point is that a UMP on distance is not going to work out. And AZ landing the shots now. Guardian gets swept aside. And the defuse will be coming in. Kit in the hands of AZ anyway. He gets 4 kills on this retake. And to be fair to NaVi, considering what that round was, they made a wonderful display of it nonetheless.
Yeah.
But you felt as though they might have been able to win that one.
Well, a little bit of a misplay there by Simple. Could have played more reserved, played with his teammates, used that M4. The guys who didn't have the rifles used them as bait, then made the frags when they were coming to get him. So unfortunate that unfolded, but good damage nonetheless. And the Deagles will come out once again. Simple has gone Deagle head armor again. I hope they're not tilted from that last match. That would be very unfortunate. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds. It looks like FaZe are willing to play spoiler to NaVi's dreams. They've come off the back of winning ESL 1 New York. They would love to be in Brazil, trying to defend a string of titles, I suppose, or at least claim a string of titles. And it looks like it might all be spoiled here. There is actually another scenario that I missed while we watched this potential dig around go down. Alu's being pushed back, flashed back, and he's doing what he can. Rain, he'll show you how to use the MP9. That's its main use.
Yeah.
You don't normally want to keep your feet on the ground with any weaponry.
He's
as
done
he
it
grabs
again.
the second one.
And a third. Rain, I thought they fixed the jumping accuracy. No, maybe not. Maybe Rain's good. Just doing it. Is it gonna be 4? You're gonna. This is nice to watch. You know what? I really missed COD 4 Pro mod, so it's nice to see it again.
That was cool because, okay, so now there's obviously, it's still possible, right? But this is a weapon that you only really see to get exploited in this scenario.
Die to anyone else. Please don't.
I drink the Valve Kool-Aid, all right?
Since you become a caster, you become tame. Look at that.
I love it.
Great
That was
stuff.
fantastic. I want somebody
More
make
of
a replay of that. No, seriously, that was quite cool. The fact that, what other gun could you do that with?
Hopefully nothing.
Yeah, but so that's why it was good to see.
I would really like that with like a nice MLG montage over it, maybe some Skrillex, a bit of lens flare.
Quick, I gotta get this in quick. I'm sorry, Lauren.
Go.
Okay, if VP get 2-0'd by G2, G2 will be on 14 wins. If NaVi get 2-0'd by Dig or vice versa, and NaVi do not pick up this map, there is a very small possibility that G2 can be in the mix as well.
So that's...
So G2, NaVi, NV, Dig, and VP, they're all still in it.
And last Pro League, G2 were the last to qualify and they went on to win it at the London Finals.
Oh.
So again, they were the last people through and the ones who finished first. That was their kind of incredible game that we saw in the finals where Body really stepped up. Shox had that big game. So who knows how this ends? It always gets close at the very end of the Pro Leagues. And this is why we always say at the start, it's kind of important to get those early wins under your belt and be it against smaller, more farming teams. It doesn't really matter. You've got to get them. Now, this double play on longs actually could be really good for FaZe, and we could see that wonderful MP9.
It shoots quite fast, and if you put the bullets in the head, you're still going to get the kill. So let's not, take too much away from it. As Rain, he does spot one. He's going to spam away, gets taken down by Edward. Jacob stepping out for the trade. The Norwegian duo going down as Guardian puts him to bed, and Alu will grab one, but the Finnish star is dead also.
Yeah, so bomb planted towards the A site, and I was going to say this retake was going to be halted before it started, and there's probably the blow that they were waiting for. Simple finding AZ is going to kind of leave Keo reeling off the back of it. 1v3, how do you feel your odds are here, Keo? Let's see what you're going to go for. Maybe find an angle, find a way.
33.33% recurring.
We'll see. That might get a little more likely. Doesn't quite find anyone there. It'd be Simple, who'd have been the low HP player, but he's going to put himself towards Pit. And Keo wants to keep the AK, and I can't really blame him.
Understandable. He's got head armor, diffuse kit, little flashy bang. Gonna get it done. But yeah, it's good that they've grabbed this first gun round. They still will be able to buy the FaZe unit. They're going to phase up into the next one and upgrade those weaponry. They won't be rocking an MP9 again, I'm sure. Just like to note with the way that Simple didn't have any or much utility going into that round. So now they're going to be able to buy up and get more flashbangs in their hands, more Molotovs, more HEs, all that cool gear that you want. So we'll see if they go for a more set strat or they go for something relatively loose and hope for trades, because that's basically the one in that good fragging ability.
And now we've got AWPs on both sides, armor, plenty for either. Alu, actually no head armor.
That's
but
a really bad knife.
It is a horrible knife. No one likes a gut knife.
No.
But Alu's got a really nice angle. Gut knife or not, he's going to find Guardian very comfortably and looks actually for more. Doesn't quite find Seized just before that flash kind of popped in his face. He has to back away from this now. He doesn't want to outstay his welcome. Will get caught up early. Him making that opening kill is huge. And look at AZ. Now, I like this. This is what used to get me excited watching the French side. They used to push through B halls. They were very aggressive with the likes of Existence. It gives you huge map control. And AZ, ballsy as you like, finding Seized there, just walking right through, leaving NaVi just in a world of trouble. What can you do with this? You've got 3 players. You've got 2 smokes. Okay, that's still something. But I'm not sure what you can build off this one. Alu's playing a lovely contact position as well. You should be able to get a shot and back away from it. Does exactly that. Finds Flamey. Now they know what the plan was. Now they can respond accordingly. You can see Rain, Keo getting to good positions. But Edwards, where is Edward right now?
Just chilling in the backyard.
All right.
Oh, I think things are falling apart, unfortunately. I don't want to get in there too early and say this, but signs aren't looking good. They didn't have any map control. It was very difficult for them. It was very difficult for them to recover from that once AZ had made that risky move. And we've seen Alu pester like this before on Dust2. It's very annoying. Repicking. This is the thing. I go over this every single time. If you want to be a good AWPer, watch what these guys do. They pick a line, they get a kill, or don't get a kill. At least they put the fear of death. They make the enemy team use utility to retake that ground. They move back to another line. Same situation. Even if they're not making a kill, they're stalling up the other team. They're making them play safe because the AWP is such a scary thing. And especially now that it sounds like Thunder, you need your Thunder buddy.
Keo knows exactly what's coming his way. AZ's in a gorgeous position. Look at the time. 8 seconds left. Easy for AZ. Massive impact throughout that round, playing through the B tunnels there, finding one in the back, and then just kind of putting the fear of God in Na'Vi, knowing that Noah was safe. Edward had to take all that time to even clear out the B tunnels. And now, well, what is that by?
Have people made the joke, like the Norwegian, or not Norwegian, in the sense of Vikings, like when they die to fire, like a Viking's burial?
No, I don't think that's been done yet. You might be able to start making that point pretty soon.
Yeah, because when they die to a molly, that's better than the morons in chat saying 1G.
You do get a little triggered by the 1Gs, don't you?
I'm a fiery Australian.
That's it.
Guardian has the AWP, grabs an opening kill. A tilt buy coming in here. The economy of FaZe is really not in any rough position, as a no-scope by Aloe is going to get landed onto C's. Mid control's coming in as aggression's being taken by Flame Dogger. He has found himself another pistol, but will go down in the hands of Aloe.
Look at that bait. It's just that AWP's there, sat there, and they're so just ready to try and pick it up. I was actually going to back away from that.
Probably good decision making. I'm very curious. I can't actually press tab right now to see what the money situation's looking like for Na'Vi, but I'd say not very good at all. We maybe want to see them take a pause to reset themselves, because I hope they're not tilting, because they still have a chance. I don't want to see them throw this away. They're willing to fight for it though, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, they're down to currently in this round 50, 100, 150, 400, 150. So
money's in the bin.
Yes.
Down the gurgler.
That's the one. Now, no idea what you just said, but I'll agree.
The drain. Gurgler, make the noise it makes, gurgling noise.
Got it. Very literal.
As
Australia.
water goes down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Getting it. Now
Another,
the shadow.
Frag, yeah, good one.
Yeah, I'm going to give it away there for Edward. Bit of a shame, but nicely played out by Ali. Good round from him to keep it pretty much under control completely throughout in mid. And a bit of a shutout for Na'Vi. And the thing we said there, or you highlighted more than anything, is the money for Na'Vi is absolutely gone. We're down to 2K.
Don't buy.
How tilted are you, Na'Vi?
It's simple. Sound simple, please, Rush.
Rush, simple.
Oh, that's right, he's moving. I thought he was just potentially walked away from his screen for a little while, but he's back. We're happening. Thank you. I just was checking.
Oh, Alu.
Alu with more aggression, and AZ, the secondary AWPer, helping out. Alu's going to get rushed down. He's 5 HP.
Oh my god. If they weren't tilted before, they're tilted now. Alu is bending them over backwards up short. And oh my word, that's one way to lose a round.
Point blank deagle headshot.
That's it.
Gotta love it.
That's it. Oh man, that's fun. And let's talk about tilt then, because this looks a little like that round, meh. But
yeah,
Navi's bicep, yeah, doesn't really matter so much. But let's keep our eyes on Na'Vi as how they play this out, because it is quite curious, because they can still stand a chance, but if a lot of things need to fall in place. So if you're Na'Vi, you've got to pull yourself back in from this. But after a very tough loss just before, it's not easy to pull yourself away from that sort of mentality.
No, so having them just go for Guardian on the AWP and other people upgrading on pistols, that kind of situation, like, it's fine. You can try and make a play like that, but the idea is to give the AWP as much room as humanly possible to make picks. We had 3 people go down before Guardian had died when they had done that. That's not the situation you want. You need the pistols to open up space, but not run into death. Obviously, you can't account for the aggression of Alu and him poking and prodding and being an annoying force with the AWP. But if you do a risky buy like that, then same with when you buy deagles on force buys and stuff, allow those players to have a chance to contribute. Don't die before they've been able to take any or get any work done.
Now, this is a good map for Alu, bearing in mind. One of his arguably stronger ones even prior to FaZe. So, wondering how he sees this one play out here. Team Flash actually caught a lot of the Na'Vi members then, and again, these flashes coming through have been hindering their progress. It's allowed Alu a position, but it doesn't matter. Edward rips his head off, and now the site is Na'Vi's. Rain can't stop this from happening. Quick flash to allow the exit, and now you can already see Caesar's waiting along, so that's going to be just trying to be a bit of a nuisance on the retake to deny at least one of the angles, or pressure along when he feels like it. We'll see if that comes through, because FaZe look like they're going to go for this one as best they can. Flamey is not taking... Why is he taking that fight?
Absolutely unnecessary.
I don't get it. He's given them a chance now. There's that really slim window of opportunity. Now, Simple's going to make up for it quite nicely. The aim's certainly there to back up this aggression. But again, stepping in towards the likes of AZ. Guardian leaps in. This is some weird individual choices, but it's worked out this time. Now, Keo in a 1v2. He's got a kit, but no utility. And time is running out, and Edward is there.
So that's never really a duel you want to take. It's hard to get the guy in pit, especially with a one-tap. With an AWP, you know, you might back yourself in. It's still a very difficult pick. Now, I'm going to jump in the corner of Flamey right now. Maybe the call was, okay, well, we've taken short, we've taken side, we've gone through cat. We can't just sit in cat because they can retake on us. We don't have any utility. they had seized in the very instrumental position to negate any retake or play clutch or, you know, spoil that. So Flamey didn't necessarily need to do that. What you want to do when a team is playing retake on a site and they're closing in, you want to make a risky play. Like a couple of you maybe just jump down into CT and trade out as many kills as you can, because that ruins their retake. It takes away potential utility. Alu going to land a nice shot on Simple, not waiting for the Xbox smoke, getting a little bit eager. You need to dot your I's and cross your T's when you're doing defaults on Dust2, especially versus AWPers who are playing like this. You want to make sure the Xbox smoke comes up. You want to make sure the cat flash comes in before you pick. You can't just keep getting shredded like this, and you're running into the grinder right now that is FaZe.
And the man at the helm on that wheel grinding them down is Alu at the moment. I've got to give him so much credit on this one, because normally if you look at NaVi on Dust2, for me it's always Guardian being a huge impact factor, such an incredible AWPer, specifically on this map. But right now it's the Alu show for me. He's been getting these impact frags joined by AZ towards mid as well, and Rain's now fancying a bit of his odds. Working out, hey, look, we've taken over the map everywhere else. Where's Edward going to be? Well, there's nowhere left apart from long. So Jacob gets punished from it. Quick flash out from Edward, but it's only been met by Rain. So FaZe take a commanding lead so far. I've got to say it feels like NaVi...
Take a pause, boys.
Yeah, they're feeling the brunt of that previous map here, because, okay, before today, there's been very few occasions where FaZe have ever won a map against NaVi. Just historically, if you go on HFTV, look it up, they just don't manage it. It doesn't happen. Be it on this lineup or the previous one, doesn't really matter. Didn't work out for them. Now, you don't see these sort of scorelines sort of against NaVi, not on Dust2, not in this sort of form. They're in a great position right now, but this is not a good start for them just yet.
Rushley, hit tab for me, bud.
Goes to Nico, mate, don't worry.
No, this is the problem. Simple, no money. The tilt, this is trademark tilt. He's buying Deagle head armor. The rest of his team is on relative eco. Someone else is down to 750, so they're not, they could have said, oh, we're going to take a double eco, so maybe he's gone for it then, but even still, he's not going to have enough money to get, you know, AK, maybe even like double AWP or utility and stuff that they might need to potentially pull out these rounds. It seems like things are slowly crumbling apart for NaVi, and that sucks, because these are one of the teams that are a hot prospect right now. We want to see them at these LAN events, and I'm being relatively biased. I would have loved to have seen them in Brazil.
I agree.
I think they're the top contender at the moment, along with SK, and it's something that, unfortunately, it could be slipping away from them very quickly.
Yeah, one smoke, one step, one flash at a time. Alu is pouring at the chance to get more, and he's going to get it. Edward falls. Now, Guardian's going to reply, but Alu's going to pick up the mantle. Nade goes out. Good damage can be found. That's the bomb loose, and as simple. The guy went on the head armor with the deagle. Gets nothing for it. Jacob will find him, and NaVi again
This is where we'll see if I'm theorizing correctly or not. So they would have had enough. If he had taken an eco with the rest of his team, they could have gotten up like Galil, you know, a couple of AKs.
Yeah. Shoddy buy, but a buy nonetheless.
Yeah, so now I don't know if they've been forced into a double eco or if it was said beforehand, but they are choosing to eco again, and the lead is slipping further and further away from them. Loza.
Yeah, Chad, this isn't looking brilliant. AZ's also got the AWP coming out towards B, so the double AWP's in practice. Kind of missing a couple of shots there on Guardian. Guardian's making it hard. He's like, this is not only my job. You can suffer. You can suffer this horrible fate of missing shots and looking like an idiot. This is what I go through. Welcome to my world. And while this happens, while this kind of a cat and mouse game over on towards the B horse is happening, the rest of NaVi are kind of partying. AZ, just stop. Just tell Keo to watch it. Just give up on it. It's fine. Now Rain's gonna know what's happening here. He's gonna flash through the smoke. Might take a peek on it. He does actually. And Simple will find Rain. So now we're gonna see Keo swinging into gear. He gets the job done. The threat is concealed, and seized will get found in the end.
The fist is firmly secured right now.
Where?
In the flank of NaVi.
Ah. 9-2.
Here we go. A decent buy. Good utility. AWP on Guardian, the man. What can they get done here?
The man, the myth, the legend.
Where will Ali be with the AWP? That's the mystery. Can NaVi solve it? Detective Starrick's on the case.
So far, Seas tries to take a little bit of a walk through, and AC going to be forced off a mid here. This is a very quick play through from Edward and Simple, simply chaining flashes back to back here. They're just going wild on this, and they just get deagled out. And what is going on? Flamey's going to find a...
There we go, Flame Dogger. That's what we
big.
need. Seized is potentially able to spoil this one for FaZe. Drops down. Alu's ready for it. Alu God. He's going to take one, and now it's a 3-on-3 situation as Guardian gets aggressive, takes down Rain. We have a flank coming in from the upper dark as Jacob is making his way. This HE is going to blow Flamey up.
There
Good
it
night,
is.
Sweet Prince.
Down to Guardian.
Oh, That was very unlucky that he
The
took the
timing,
pick and
the
fell
step.
back. Because
Yeah.
what you're expecting to happen is you make that kill, the other guy runs in. If you're an
Going for the
AWPer,
trade off
you
the back.
shoot and you
Yeah.
only get like a split second, right? You have
Yep.
to wait for that bolt action weaponry to be pulled, and he was accounting for that. But Jacob was ready and waiting.
10-2. This isn't looking good.
They bought again. They have enough to put this buy together because they have
Simples.
that loss bonus. I really wish I could have got into Counter-Strike. I need to get my hours up. Yeah, they've got it. It's not the full loss bonus, but it's decent enough to give them this scrappy buy. And at this point in the match, a lot of people are like, oh, why don't they take an eco, this, that, and the other? But you need rounds at this point,
yeah.
and you have to throw together whatever scrappy buy you can. They're doing a contact B play right now, but it's a heavy B presence.
But look at the low B tunnels as well. It's just littered with FaZe players. You've got AZ down there, Rain down there, and you're not going to expect it. You might think one maybe, but you know, C's, it's such a rough game for these guys now. And at least, oh, okay, Rain, I thought they were going to stick around on that then. They do just put the smoke down for safety to exit out. Still going through the motions, but Guardian selling a bit of a kipper here. He's just be saying, guys, I'm still trying. I'm going to smoke the cross. I'm going through the motions of what we're going to be doing. But actually, I wonder if NaVi are going to go off this now. They're going to actually rotate players around. Edward's back in T-spawn, and this is the fight. Guardian does find relative safety there for a second, but nothing else was spotted. So again, FaZe might start questioning, where's that bomb coming from? What are NaVi up to? They have no smokes left, so it's going in dry now from this point onwards.
You never want to go in dry, and the utility by FaZe is going to negate and slow down an already slow team of NaVi. Guardian poking and prodding now. He is the action man. No head armor or Kevlar in sight for him. I think he just made noise on that car. That information should be relayed. It has been.
Yeah.
Rain setting up ready for this.
But I like the way they're not taking Keo and Alu away just yet. They've not seen Bomb, but Guardian and Edward are doing big work here. But now they need to watch for the rest of it, because Keo needs to be on point here. And now there's going to be a problem. He's lost his position, and it's all become apparent pretty quickly here. The bomb's in the hands of Simple. That's on the side. Flamey is watching this. If he goes in alone, that could have been a problem, but no, just going to kill Simple anyway, and Flamey now getting spammed out through those doors. Not for much, but still enough to keep him humble as he goes for the fight. Takes down one, can't find the second. Rain's there nice and quickly. And NaVi again with quite the diligent split off the back of what Guardian made happen, but it doesn't matter because they don't have the round.
They made it work, you know. They made those frags. Rain traded them out pretty quickly. It forced the rotation, like you said. Keo did get moved out of that bomb site. However, he did enough to make it work. If the plant was stuck then by Simple, like if he got that bomb down, the timer then begins, right? But he's got the plant down, he's hoped to make a kill on somebody getting aggressive at him. Could have planted safely behind that tall box. Gotten it down is a long play coming out right now. Rain's about to find some action. Shooting into the bedroom, going to get killed by Guardian, and now Jacob is stepping up to the plate. He's going to spam and do a little bit of damage, but we'll go down once more. It's a 3-on-5 situation in favor of NaVi.
Yeah, okay, let's see if this goes any further. The bomb's still at B. So I'm not sure if they've seen that. We only saw 4 players, we didn't see the bomb, and that's why they're keeping Keo late, which is actually not a bad assumption.
Is this a matchmaking strat?
It literally is. This seems like MM. This is like my, guys, rush B, I'm going to go A with bomb or something. You know what I mean? Like, and it's worked. In a horrific manner, it's worked. Now, Alu, do me a favor and do something about it. He can't. Edward's going to find it. Bomb goes down at B. This is what we saw Happy do. I can't remember who it was against. It actually might have been against FaZe. And so FaZe always have these horrible things against them where people always do these kind of like quote-unquote ninja-ish plays. Yeah. It's like you saw vs.Pro doing it to them on Mirage. We saw, I think, Happy doing it before as well. They always seem to be kind of suffering in the hands of it. It's not anything of their own account, but it's just most teams don't ever do that sort of, as said, matchmaking style kind of plays. And
yeah, well, like we said earlier, if it works, it works. We can't really question it. But, you know, NaVi needed something, and Edward stepping up there, grabbing 3 kills to the end of that round. And another fast play by NaVi. This is so uncharacteristic for them. They're switching up that pace, and they straight up cat.
What?
Jacob, the AWPer. He's going to cop one onto Ed Dog, and Flamey's going to get taken down as well.
And Jacob is now just the big dog AWPer here. Not gone so well against Simple, but it's just Simple. So really, all in all, not a bad bit of a display, but a little bit of a tickle of the molly there might give away the position a touch. But 1v4 is not going to be all that easy, and the bomb's in such an awkward position. Fighting for every step he takes at this point. Smoke comes up. There's still another in case that's not bad enough. One player to a low dark. Simple can't adjust quick enough, and there's the CZ instantly in his face. And well, that's a half that NaVi will not want to be remembering for too long. 12-3.
That's the cursed scoreline, if my 5 weeks of Pro League have taught me anything. 12-3 is not good.
No.
That means we'll probably see overtime. Or 16-14.
4 of overtime,
yeah.
so I reckon.
I don't think so in this case. NaVi look done, they look cooked, they look like they're on toast, they're ready for breakfast.
It's almost breakfast time.
12:30.
I'm ready. I might go get a nice little bit of brekkie.
Marmite,
All day.
Every day?
Love it.
Every damn day.
Love a bit of Marmite. Guys, we're going to take a quick break on the half here. When we're back, we'll be kicking off to see if NaVi can recover. Right now, it's not looking so good, especially with only 3 rounds in the pocket. Do stay tuned. We'll be back in a sec. All right, guys.
there.
Welcome back to the game. It is NaVi up against FaZe. It's map 2. I am Pansy. I'm joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Dazed. How are you doing?
I was going to put on an American accent, but...
Oh, please do. Come on, it's gone midnight. We might as well.
Glocks!
Nice. Nice. That was great.
Thanks.
That was really good.
Yeah, that's my Raptor impression as well as my,
That was quite close to a
my
Raptor,
Dazed Glock impression.
Did you see that video that went around?
To Glocks?
Yeah, did you see the video that went around? The guy did the impersonation of the T-Rex and the Raptor. It was like I think it was like a road worker guy. It was incredible. I'll find you the video. Don't worry.
Cool.
I'll look you up. It's quite impressive.
Hopefully
all
more
right.
exciting than Navi's T-Half.
Yeah, 3 rounds. Let's get back into this because this is the second map, of course. Mirage was the first affair. Gorgeous game. Lots of OTs. Brilliant stuff. NaVi looking shaky on halves. FaZe looking shaky on halves. We saw like the best of both worlds almost, or the worst if you look at it that way as well. But into this one, NaVi looks shaken to the core here, if I'm honest.
I still really want them to get this one because I need them to have that chance to qualify. They're a team who are doing so good at the moment, and I'd love to see them in Brazil. They definitely want to be in Brazil, and that's probably why we're seeing this adverse reaction from them coming out now. A bit of a tilt. It looks like a tilt anyway, from my perspective.
See, this is the thing. Now, obviously, they're an experienced team. Let's discuss a bit of tilting, because as much as you may not see it as a team element, surely as individuals you still feel it, because they are still individual players, right? It's as an individual, you may not play the same way you would play if you're completely calm, cool, and collected, right? We saw Simple maybe making purchases that you wouldn't often see, or maybe it was a call again. This is just stuff for theory crafting. Yeah. Again, though, even the way you approach the game, mentality of it, it's pretty late right now, even Cologne. I think these guys are playing even later. Surely this all plays into the factor, and we just lost that OT game. We're up massively on the half. Like, as an individual, how do you reset out of that?
This is where the experience comes into play, and it also shows your demeanor, or like your person, right? Really, what you've developed
made
into.
of, I guess. Yeah.
And I believe that the people who are quite fiery, or have been reported to be quite fiery from interviews that different members of this team have done over the past, it would have been Flamey. I've heard he can get a bit tilty. I think Edward would probably just sit there quietly. I can't
Edward
really see.
always seems calm.
Yeah, I think Zeus was probably, you know, he could. It seems like he's a guy who get quite aggressive with his teammates if things were going quite well. And Simple, we know he can have issues. He's young. This is stuff they have to be able to develop though. These aren't factors in the game that you can go, oh, you know, we tilted and we lost. You can't tilt and then lose an important match like this to send you somewhere. I really want these guys in, so I hope they've had a chance now to mentally reset with this little break we've had. And get some frags on the board because they're struggling.
There you go. Yeah, this is a big round. It looks like NaVi going to throw straight up, play through mid. 3 facing then. Flamey, Simple, and Guardian all faced middle. And now FaZe kind of having to re-account for things here. Ace is down incredibly low, but Rain's got the deagle to start with. Expects the close peak, not the far peak, and now Guardian gets the better of him, dinking another. Is there any more going to be coming through from this? And they're going straight out aggressive. This is kind of mad sort of play, and it's kind of chaos. And what on earth is going on here? Jacob's now got the deagle, and there's 2 players pushed up close. I don't know what is this round. Edward's now splitting from lowers, and now Jacob's got 2. Alu finds Edward. And what has happened this round? Everyone went incredibly aggressive, and to merely their demise, Alu just blisters it through the double doors, and FaZe finds him no problem. Now Jacob has a chance here, to be fair.
Yeah, well, Flamey, he's just a tickle away on the toe for him dropping to the ground. So Jacob's going to have the bomb. He's going to make his way up the stairs, and he should be able to get that bomb down. If you can get that bomb down, your team can force buy into the next, or you can buy early on that third right now. So we'll get that down nice and easily, and 2 players from NaVi will be retaking together. They're not splitting up. They're staying together, giving trade potential, and Seized will put a nice little USP bullet in the head of Jacob, and they will secure the pistol round. So a good start for NaVi. Let's keep the ball rolling, boys. Let's have a competitive match.
Yeah, that was quite unique as well. We saw the incredible aggression throughout mid from NaVi, this kind of like all-in play, this very committed sort of thing. And Flamey just giving us the show with the deagle. All right, so first round on the board, first step on the road to, you know, competitive matchup. Yeah, I guess you could call it that at this point. It's just kind of keeping ahead in the game. Now, FaZe, whenever in this position, particularly on Mirage as such, it was NaVi who were up on the half and then kind of left everything trickling behind them. So it's on NaVi just to pull this one back here. Look at the bite, 2 rifles.
FaZe aren't messing around. You
no,
notice they're opting to go for an early buy. They want to get their financials. Sorry, dude.
Ouch.
You got caught off. Nice. Guardian's going to make up for that with a nice scout headshot. Caesar's pushing along with the M4, and they should bump this up pretty nicely. But FaZe are not expecting too much out of this one. They want to wait till they get the guns up.
This is
a
reoccurring thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was drinking the Valve Kool-Aid. I was like, this doesn't happen with all the guns, and Eddie's shown us he can do it with the UMP. That
looked kind of nice, though. Eddie had style points on that.
Yeah,
I like the little like run away. Yeah, it was kind of cool rather than just AZ just jumping up and down. You got to make it look good if you're gonna pull those things off. You know what I mean? Like you got to.
Maybe it's the kangaroo play.
We could call it that.
We could.
You feeling that? I don't think I can appoint to the kangaroo play out both of us. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if anyone else can pick it up. Edward again, though, going to be playing on the edge of the smoke, gets absolutely wrecked. Alex is going to take him down, and now what? 4v4. But the problem being, Simple's taking a lot of damage early on. NaVi's going to read wholeheartedly in this. Look at the reaction. 4 players.
They're not messing about.
Towards A.
It's good that they're sticking together, just as long as they don't give away any picks. Nice. Guardian's going to find one. This is good. This is what you want to avoid if you're FaZe. You want to stay as a unit, and you want to be able to trade. Rain taking a duel on his own that he probably shouldn't have. He was already tagged. He could have hidden in pit. He could have had a teammate come and help him. But they will land damage on Guardian now as well. And 2 members of NaVi are limping as Flamey's going to grab one onto Aloe. I was a bit worried for him there. He lurked into that smoke. I couldn't see. Oh, no.
Oh, no. All right, here we go.
They're
AZ
both
and
low.
Keo. Yeah, this shouldn't happen. This should be a lockout. This should be fine. And there's the first step for it. That's good. That's good. Flamey finds AZ. Now Keo's left in a 1v3. He's got the bomb, but 0 step towards anywhere on the map particularly. And you can see NaVi already looking for this. They're looking for that chance to punish now. So, C's just be holding this angle. He doesn't need to move. He doesn't need to blink. He needs to just hold this angle. He starts to move, but he comes back at the right time. Keo gets found. NaVi get another on the board. This is the scoreline that seems to kind of take us all the way through these maps.
Seized had 1 kill last half. He now has 5. So he's playing to win.
Yep.
He's up and about. So we're going to see an eco coming in right now from FaZe. They can grab a couple pistols, maybe a few flashes like they did before, and pounce somewhere as a unit, try and make the most of their aim and their skill. Do have a deagle on AZ. So like I said earlier, allow AZ to use that deagle. Give him the opportunity as Guardian's pushing dark with the Pro 90. This is my kind of play. Eddie's pushing mid. See, just aggression coming out of NaVi. They've given up an M4 now, so they do know Dark's clear. Guardian is already in T-spawn. He's in backyard. He's pushing behind. He'll be able to get this flank on nice and swiftly.
And Flamey's done that. What is this running up mid thing?
I am really confused as to what's happening right now.
I guess they just want to get the game done, whether it be a win or a loss at this point, it looks like. But this is how you can qualify to a LAN. What is this?
Please
Guardian?
kill him, Guardian.
Just don't let it go too far. If you... Okay, there we go. One down. Nice. All right, but still 2 left. There we go. They just wanted to set up Guardian for kills.
That's why that is the greatest gun in the game.
Oh, don't you dare.
I would really endorse people using that weapon as much as possible.
Yeah? Over the AUG and such?
No, the AUG, I think Auto Sniper first, then the AUG, then probably the P90, and then the Julies. That should be the order of weaponry being picked up, depending on your financial situation. But now we're seeing a gun round. Ali will have the AWP. He's going to be smoked off, so he's not going to find much through that. A boost short's coming out right now from NaVi. So NaVi, when they knew they were on eco, were playing aggressive. They did that twice. So maybe now against the gun rounds, they're slow it down a bit. Hold like we expect them to.
Okay, let's see how this one goes down. Looking at FaZe, no particular huge investment anyway. Just playing throughout the map. 2 towards B tunnels. You got Jacob and Keo kind of watching for that push-up. Again, if NaVi set some form of precedent of aggressive plays, you want to be careful for a little while. You want to take a little bit of time. You don't want to get caught off by random people just being up in your face when you could have easily gone around it. Now, a little bit of damage has already come through towards FaZe, bearing in mind. Rain's taking a bit of damage, as is Keo. Probably from a nade at some point, but for now, that'll be totally fine. They can still work around this. They've still got plenty of mollies, plenty of time. And they're going to start building up that mid-control, slowly working into this. No real risk taken, but this is the risk. Jacob might just be able to bait himself in, basically, to allow Alu to take the shot. He steps out. Guardian does not care. That's obscene that he hits these sort of shots, backs away, and well, there you go. There's the first nail in the coffin of this round.
Who's in set up with him? Is that Seized in the A-bomb? It is, okay. I thought it might have been simple, them doing like a crazy double op setup in the A-bomb site. We've seen them do it on Mirage.
Overpass style as well,
why not? Let's just play together. We're a dynamic duo who can get things done with the big green. Looks like FaZe, this is not, I would call this trademark FaZe. They like to rotate back towards the B-bomb site late in rounds after doing a default, use very simple utility to clear out close quarters and then just bust in. And a Molotov will come in. It's going to push simple. Where's he going to go?
Where are you going to go? He's cooking. Make your choice simply. He tries to take someone down with him. He did at least take down Rain, but now the B side is theirs. Unless Seized can spray through like a champion. It actually did do a lot of damage.
Go for it,
Jacob's out. He's gone for it. He tried to stop the plant, tried to hold it before it even began. Now we're in retake territory. Problem being, Guardian's got the AWP, but it's still Guardian, so I wouldn't quite write him out of it yet. Jacob's HP is low as well, so it becomes more and more viable. And Guardian, this is a terrifying play for you, but you hit it! Of course you hit it, and the second! Guardian is a monster. The first kill he got was just disgusting on short. He just wrecked them. And then those two, what a player. No one else can normally hit these sort of things.
The problem right now, see this replay, if Simple had killed that guy like a split second earlier before Flamey had a chance to shoot, then Flamey could have caught them off guard. The problem is, he made the kill, then went down, and Flamey's isolated. Nobody's there to help him. They're stepping out already, ready for that angle. When you're a CT and you're holding a line, you have to stay focused at your crosshair the whole time. Whereas the Ts, if they're running out with intent to check the line, they have the advantage because they know exactly when they're going to pick.
So,
if NaVi get this round, it should force FaZe onto a low buy or potentially an eco if they don't get the plan.
Yeah, this is game on now. Here we go, Edward. Let's see if you can get this one. Nice flash in for him. Doesn't matter. Rain!
Sweet Prince.
One execution from him. Just takes the head off. That's still rolling down the bottom of the pit, but there's still 2 players on long. Guardian's going to try and flash in Seized here. May not want to work off the back of that, maybe just to hinder FaZe more than anything. Give Seized an angle, but he doesn't know which one. He's got players left, right, and center. Spots out one towards the right. Can't land it on either. And now it's down to Guardian, but what a man to be able to greet them with a smile already waiting for this. And Flamey's found Keo, so that's another approach cut off.
I really like that play, or going for information along or trying to retake it, because it's such a pivotal point in the map. If the Ts can control it, they can basically dictate, and you don't take any other territory, they can dictate how they want to pincer you and squeeze the life out of you. They retook it with numbers, they stacked people towards it, and they traded out really well. Seized, he got one, he got taken down, but it doesn't really matter because the AWP boys, the AWP brothers, the Bash Bros, they finish off the round.
Oh, well, 12-9. Are we going OT again?
Let's do it.
Like, I'm real. I'm gonna give out the ESL headquarters address, and someone needs to get some cheeseburgers out here or something.
I don't think they do delivery McDonald's here, unfortunately.
They do, but I don't think it comes out this far. I know they do Burger King.
Nothing comes out this far.
No,
it's like we're in the abyss.
That is what it's like working for yourself. It's a black hole.
All right.
Simple's going to hear the bunny hops coming up. Guys, Foon is en route. Someone's doing it sideways. Seas needs to now back away. Guardian's going to be watching it. And we're going to see if this works out for them. They're actually going to get a decent drop towards Seas here. So many people out. It's going to be hard for him to hit anything. He's in such a bad position to get caught there. However, Simple in the heels, Guardian at the front. It's a rock and a hard place, and both of those sides are certainly painful.
Nice.
And there it is. Clean shutdown. NaVi keep this one in their hands at the moment. This is so reminiscent of the first map already.
The reason that ramp play that SaZe was doing is usually really good is because the people are too busy fighting or scared of the AWP. They weren't scared of Guardian because he was hiding watching the line, and SaZe popped up. As soon as they saw him, they were like, well, you're the first target we've seen. We're going to shoot all at once, and got taken down. He did do a bit of choke spam, though. Like, he panicked. He tried to... Alu, get it started off nicely. Get a kill on Guardian, getting over-aggressive through the smoke. You know, they're not rushing into anything. They have a lot of rounds to work with. I know the score now looks much closer than it was, but FaZe is still in the driver's seat at this point.
They really are, especially after that CT side. Probably still echoing in
look at this.
mind. Simple. Be careful. Rain's just on that other side. He knows what's going to be happening here. He knows it. He can hear now, Simple. Just spamming away with that 5-7, but Rain against Seized here. Which battle would you prefer at this point? Seized could be holding the angle. That's fine for him. FaZe still have to fully commit, but I feel as though maybe NaVi going to go for some aggression here. You can see Simple and Flamey considering it towards B. Not going to be where the actual play comes from. And actually we see a spray finally coming out as well.
That was a cool one.
There you go. Yeah, that's quite a nice one.
This is where Simple SaZe needs to push mid now. He needs to take a gamble, get some information to get the flank on. AZ, however, could be in lower dark at any given time. He's sitting watching that upper push. These nades are going to come in. It could... The bomb is there, and it looks like they are committing.
And there's no one on A. There's Edward on long, and C's now in CT, so...
He's been really noisy as well. They know... Whoa! He's walking with a nade out. That's a bad habit, especially when you're trying to stay on top of those rotations. But Flamey runs up. He gets one. He gets two. That's huge by Flamey. The situation is a 3v3 right now. Jacob will find Edward. The bomb site is in control of FaZe.
Simple and Flamey surrounded as well. This is going to take some of those nice individual plays that we know these guys can achieve. The mollies come raining in. Simple is isolated all alone. Burning, AZ puts him out of his misery, and now Flamey left in a 1v3. It looked like somewhat of a possible situation before. This might be just that bridge too far, and there it is. AZ says no. Finally, FaZe find a way back in after what looked like it was going to be Navi's game to run away with.
Now the issue is they can't get reset right now. So if Navi managed to put this one on the board, they don't get too over-aggressive, they don't give away that 4v5 so early, they grab this one, you reset FaZe, you put them on that hard reset, and you can string together another few rounds, and this thing gets even closer, and closer and closer to that overtime dream.
I actually wouldn't mind at this point, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Why
committed
not?
to being
We're
up
full
late.
committed.
Yeah,
You're
let's
going to
go,
go
Edward.
play H1 anyway, so...
You know it. All right, Eddie, let's see you undo this one. Someone flash him up, someone do something. He just tries to jiggle peek it, it doesn't work out. Jacob's watching that angle like a champion. Keo's found Simple, and the dreams of OT are being ripped away one kill at a time.
Yeah, it seems like this aggression it's mindless because they've had success holding, and they want to, like you said, I don't know if they want to finish the game quickly or whatever, but they're just running at a brick wall that is the FaZe default right now, and they're being picked apart. And we have a 2-on-5 situation in favor of FaZe, who can simply walk into a bomb site as a squad, even trade out like 2 for 1, and they're still going to win the round.
All right. I don't know what's happening with NaVi. It's kind of weird. You bring the game back this close, and then you still do kind of curious plays, let's say. We can dissect that in a moment's time, because right now we're going to see FaZe get on the plant for short, perfectly fine, perfectly safe. No need to venture into what could be a disastrous play towards long. There could still be someone waiting, and there is. It's seized. And for him, really keeping this AWP is also pretty much essential. So looking towards what he can do here. Jacob just by the box. The smoke's pretty much incredibly strong for him in that position as well. He can peek into that. Guardian's got an AWP too, so really they just want to keep hold of this one. And Seized might be in trouble trying to keep this, because Kyo's not far off. And there it is. So Kyo's going to take away that AWP, and Guardians might not be his to keep for much longer, but he might be okay to keep this.
He can kill Kyo here, should be able to save it. Oh. Thing is, the T's don't have a lot to lose. They're trying to chase it down. It's not the end of the world for them. They know they're going to be able to drop right now. They're strung 2 together, sitting pretty, whereas the situation for Navi is dire. They have double AWPs, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to string together a full buy in any regards. They have a CZ on Seized. Flamey has found himself an M4, and he did drop an AWP, I think. So Simple and Guardian have the AWPs. Eddie on a Deagle. It's not a great buy. And a lot on these AWPs, a lot of pressure on these two guys to hit their shots.
Oh, and Flamey's going to have a world of fun. 3 players about to burst in towards B. They're just walking in. This could be just like a contact piece off the back, and they're going to have a lovely bit of time here. Flamey, though, finds the first. Adjusts for AZ, but he can't land the shot, and now Simple's under pressure. Goes back in for more. You're not Guardian, Simple. You're not going to hit that one, but he does find Rain at least. Now, that's something. Now, the volley goes in. He can't peek from window. He is tagged up. So, what do we have left? 4v3. Bomb about to be planted whenever they feel. The thing is, C's in a good position, but Alu's already looking for this. He's trying to find a... What was that, Alu? All right, misses that one.
Guardian picks corners. He's so unique in the way he does it. It catches people off guard all the time. It's different.
Well, to be fair, I'll follow up in a second. AZ's now left in the 1v3. As the bomb's taken to his favor, he's going to have to go big, and he's not going to get it. Guardian, of course, will land the shot. And this is something that Guardian said a while ago, back when he just kind of really came into his own with the AWP in CSGO, is that he wanted to find his own unique style to warping.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted to find his own way of doing it that no one else was doing. And I think that it shows here. This guy is very unique. There's other great AWPers, but no one quite has that Guardian approach.
AWPing, there's so much pressure on these guys in the sense of if you structure your team around these AWPs and you want to get double AWPs up as much as possible, if they're not hitting their shots and they're not able to contribute in that sense, and you're investing so much bank into getting these up every time, you're going to find yourself on eco a huge amount. And we did see that, you know, last week or the week before with these guys. Oh, look at the aggression. It's always someone. But yeah, the double AWPs can be costly, and they made it work just then. Can they make it work again? That's the question.
We're going to find out in about 1 minute and 28 seconds, at least the end of it all. Edwards now, yeah, again, that long aggression kind of weird here, and AZ knows that he's going to be waiting for that, so AZ just steps out, takes the fight, and is very, very alone. Now, Guardian's the one who's got it all to do here. 4 players on long, good flashes, good timing. He has to back away. He can be boosted up towards the site, that's no problem. Swiftly does that, quick flash over, smoke towards short. He's safe from one direction, wants to peek the other, and now swings out. Molly goes in towards the cars. You can see the individual kind of mental game Guardian plays. So aware, so hyper aware that we have no info on Cat. We've got to be careful of that. And still, FaZe not really committing here. And look at the utility they've used.
They've full stacked A again. They did this before when one frag went down and they all rotated over to that A bomb site. They better hope that that lurker in dark doesn't find his way into B and get all that information. It still looks like they want to hit towards A, but the over-rotation, you know, wearing down the clock here has forced NaVi to have to go back. Seas is going to find a nice kill onto Kyo, and Guardian's going to follow up onto Alu. This long rush is being taken down.
That's the Guardian we're looking for. 2 more, 1 more, make it Jacob. He's got to know where he is, and he can't find the frag, but he knows now exactly where he is and what the plan may be. And look at who's waiting. Flamey in a gorgeous position, takes his time, does the job. Nicely played out in the end by NaVi, but it's a gamble the way they're playing. Those massive over-rotates, pouring into the sides like they do. If FaZe caught onto this somehow, I don't know if they could at any point. Their money's now broken, but they can discuss it. It's kind of worrying.
To make a massive call like that, to stack that bomb site so early after only losing 1 player, for me, that's Starix doing his homework. That's him relaying this information to the team. If this happens, they like to wait and then still hit the same site. That's what that looks like to me. I'm speculating. I don't know the inner workings, but to make a risk that big in this kind of pressure situation, I feel like you'd have to. It's not a guesstimation. There's a little bit of knowledge going into that one.
They certainly do their homework. Already Flamey going to find Rain, but this was something when I think it was when dropped the ball. Oh my God, Guardian. Okay, a little bit of a deagle play coming out from AZ here. Not going to find much more. It's just down to Kyo. Nicely handled. But yeah, when someone was actually, I think it was Drop the Bomb's director was out filming at one of the Starladder events. I think it was. He was speaking to some of the NaVi guys. And he saw the playbook that they had, and I mean, it's every single team has stuff written through. It is pretty robust for these boys. So again,
it is a full-time job. There's a lot of little tendencies that you can look at and stuff, and the game is very deep. On face value, it's 5 dudes shooting 5 other dudes.
Got to click heads, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like a game of chess. You're forcing people around the map. You're playing mind games constantly, and then on top of that, you have to have good mechanical skill to be a top professional player. That's why I love this game, because there's so much to it. It's so deep. I'm glad you left that one alone. I was going to make a One Direction joke earlier.
I know. I saw you kind of just...
I was like, I really like Louis. I hope he stays in One Direction.
God. I actually don't know any of One Direction apart from Harry Styles. That's all I know about them. I'm not up to date on them. But what I am up to date on is the score, and it's 13-14 here. FaZe are still in the lead. The smoke comes down towards mid, and C's takes that as the perfect opportunity to try and get some damage on. Can't find the frag, but finds enough info to sell up Flamey now with the idea of what's coming his way. Gonna take a quick fight towards one.
Flamey.
Beautiful adjustment towards Rain. And now you've got Alu and AZ trying to make their way through, but their approach has been cut off now. Flamey's run out of bullets here, but just goes straight in with the P250. Okay, the flash is still there, why not? And he's gonna not find AZ in the end. And
This
it's
is
that
doable.
curious opportunity.
Definitely doable for AZ.
There's a man watching the cross. That is Guardian. That could have been worse. AZ still
He's
stands.
pushed out.
And he's found an angle. I don't know if Guardian expects this or saw it or maybe predicted it. I don't know how this works with Guardian's brain, but AZ now needs to fall back in line. So let's look at this. Bomb goes down. He knows roughly where Guardian was. He's not going to be able to move from there.
Where's Edward going?
Are they both going to come around towards mid?
But the Dark would have been so advantageous. The reason they're doing this is so that they can peek out together, whereas Dark, he could have isolated 2 1v1s. But Edward was so close to being able to flank and get in his face that it seems like an interesting move. And now AZ could potentially get a double up. He's going to find one.
Oh my god, it's a 1v1 and Edward. He is
Stressful
there.
as it gets.
Yeah, NaVi don't make it easy on themselves, do they? They like to play these kind of terrifying rounds sometimes.
Alu
it
did
seems.
hit a sick one tap onto the back of Plat on Simple. He popped out on the corner of the smoke, hit that one tap, then he got chased down by the P250. But without that one tap, that probably wouldn't have happened. He channeled his inner scream.
14-14, what a scoreline. And FaZe gonna buy the hell up. We have the smokes, we have flashes, we have mollies, we have everything they can afford, but no guns, of course. Just the upgraded pistols here, and I want to see if they have a plan in mind as to how to use them. And I'm praying the NaVi don't just run at them. I pray to sweet CSGO Jesus that they don't just run into these boys, because we know what they can do with these sort of upgraded pistols.
Do they want us to cast the NA matches they're on later? Because we may as well stay here all
I'm
night.
good. Like, no one wants to hear, you know, who is it at the moment? We've got Blue and the Bears.
Well,
Like, the Bears is cute.
I'm dazed, so I'm doing
That's
both
true, you're
anyway.
there.
Anyway, they're going for a cat play right now. They've got utility to do a full-on execute. The biggest drama for FaZe, if FaZe gets to Goose, it'll be perfect because it looks like they want to do the standard drop down, push up through CT, isolate the AWPer. FaZe, he isn't going to do that. He's going to stay on the ramp. So Guardian sees a little glimpse through the smoke. He's able to take down AZ with an amazing shot. They have got a player dropping down. He will take down Seized, but Guardian's crosshair is literally everywhere on every single target you can possibly imagine.
Guardian's such a beast. Look
Keep
at this
killing
guy.
him, dude.
Go on, we'll bang it.
Shoot it through the
Bang it.
box.
Do it. Do it. Go on, Guardian, just do it. You want
He
to.
wants to.
Go on, just do it. Why wouldn't you do it? Come on, Jacob deserves to die here. This is what happens. Bang the box. Oh my god, Guardian. It's just disgraceful to watch this guy
I gotta
play.
look at your thing. What's his score?
For God's sake, mate.
Oh, thank you, Rush.
Here you go, 31
31 frags. It's the Guardian Show. Welcome. You can catch all his stats at the Score Esports app. Download it from
Google Play and the
Google
iOS
Play
App Store.
and the iOS thing.
Yep, that's the one.
Check them out. You get all Guardian stats and more.
Just look at this. Like, if only he'd done it.
Hello.
I wanted him to do the...
Wouldn't it have been sick? And then it'd be Guardian aim lock. Guardian's cheating. Herp derp.
Herp derp.
Alrighty. They have got the plant. So they have got the money. And they've got the guns. This is for the overtime dream that everybody here at the ESL studios currently at almost 1 AM want to see.
I'm about to call Alex Nair to get some cheeseburgers in here if this goes OT because I'm ready. I'm ready. FaZe, you've got to win this one. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if they can pull it into OT. Double ops up for NaVi.
5-man cat play.
They're going big. I guess go big or go home. Where is everyone else for NaVi? Let's have a look. So we've got Guardian on long. Edward down there. Guardian's going to fall back towards the cars, but already... Oh my word, he
Almost
finds
a
one,
double.
almost gets one for free. That's going to be Rain reeling off the back of that. Lines up another. Guardian is not going to let this one slip. He wants the win, and he might just get it himself at this rate. AZ takes down Edward. Now Guardian wants more. He knows he can fight for this one, and he's going back in for it. The bomb's not crossed out. He's seen where these come from, and there it is. He tags him up. Keo's now down to 18 HP. This man is a one-man army, and this army was about to march towards that bomb site, but Alu finally stopped him. It's a 3v3 now. Bomb is planted, and NaVi have to play retake without that superstar that's been incredibly valuable up till this point.
Good opening there by Seas. It's now a 2-on-1 situation. A simple, somehow last man standing with the AWP. He needs to have flair in this last round. Can he find it? We can't. We're going to overtime. Guardian did his best. He really wants that Brazilian booty, but unfortunately he couldn't do it all. The rest of his teammates are happy to take that European stuff and settle for another OT.
Right.
So strap yourself in, boys, girls, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody still awake with us?
Maybe
I'm really
guys.
glad that we said, hey guys, we know you're not feeling very well. You know, we'll cut back on the death segment.
We
We'll
were
do
nice
it.
people, and look what's
You
happened.
guys need to take some rest. We understand, and yeah, cop that, guys.
Yeah, we got screwed on this one. But to be fair, it's a good game, so I'm fine
I'm loving
with this.
it. It's good Counter-Strike. I'm glad we get to watch a fantastic game of CS, and I hope the others rest up well and feel better tomorrow. Anyway, getting straight into it, no messing about. Get that AWP onto Guardian. Get him some more kills. This man, he is hitting everything. Get him around the map. Get him causing chaos, because I'm excited to see some flicks.
Look, as long as the CS stays like this, I am perfectly happy. Right. 15-15, OT begins. Alu, of course, will be straight on that AWP. Simple and Guardian doing the same thing on the other side. So double AWP for the CTs here. Now, bear in mind, we had, what, 3-4 OTs almost on Mirage. So this is quite a... Oh, my word, Simple.
Jesus,
Around
Joseph
like this.
and Mary.
Simple's, he's been flashed as well.
He
He's going to
must have
start
been
wondering.
spotted. He has been spotted.
He's still going for it. He finds one. 1-for-1 trade. That's the best he can hope for after being spotted. But what an incredibly risky play from that man to just push himself into that position. Now, 4v4. They still have Guardian towards A. They still have Seized and Edward here. So 3 players still towards A. Seized is going to have to peel himself off and surely watch from CT towards mid because they have very little eyes on it. And Flamey is feeling pretty isolated right now. And that's where the bomb's actually heading. Still towards those B tunnels. Seized, going to see the flash come through. Jacob didn't even need it. He just lands the shot regardless. Smoke goes in. Flash to follow. Alu finds Flamey, and oh my word, FaZe. They're on for this one. Guardian, again. How big can you go? Not so
Yeah,
big.
everything really fell apart right there for Na'Vi. That initial exchange did not work in their favor. It's a risk going lower dark with an AWP, you know. If they're not there, you can get the tunnel control pretty easily. You can get your teammates to rotate, fantastic. If they are there, getting 1 kill was huge by Simple, you know. The risk, however, doesn't outweigh the reward. What happens is it forces your teammates into a position where they have to get information. When trades happen like that, I was watching the minimap the whole time. Edward felt that he had to push long as soon as C's went down and somebody was waiting for him. Alu's going to push in front and he could cheekily find a frag.
Timing. Seized is as long as
He's not ready. What are you doing, Eddie?
Edward, no! I don't know if he thought Seized was further out. Watching it, the timing was all off, and now it's giving a huge chance for FaZe to make this another round on the T side here. Quick aggression up Cat. They're not going to waste time here. They know that Seized is very, very alone, but he does have an AWP, and I don't know if he's going to be quite up to the Guardian task so far, but Flash to buy some time. That's reciprocated as well. Simple's now going to pull himself over here. Not going to land the shot, and FaZe taking steps, taking leaps, taking bounds towards getting another on the board, but Flamey still stands, and he's standing tall here. 2 left alive, 1 on the side, can't find the fight, and Jacob's going to close it. FaZe looking good in OT now.
Look at the money on Na'Vi.
Oh, no.
This is going to be a 3-0 sweep right now. I can't see them doing anything with these pistols. FaZe are going to pick up the death squad of sniper rifles and pummel them through the doors as they try to cross that B site. It's not looking good for Na'Vi. They're gonna be facing some real firepower as Flamey probably breaking his monitor right now. Gets taken down by the Dak, named after the lovely sound that rings out. More frags for the Dak of Jacob. He's going to find 2 as long as Guardian and Edward align, and Seized and Simple with a lot of work to do. A swag 7 and a CZ in hand.
God,
Getting picked apart right now.
Yeah, how frustrating is this? You make it into OT again, and you get done over like this in the first half of it. This is probably a very mentally taxing game for Na'Vi. This is not a pleasant time at all, but it's their turn on the T side coming up pretty soon. So we'll see how this one shapes up for them. Of course, we are just waiting on the second half to kick off. Do not fear, it's not started yet. But for Na'Vi, you'd think, okay, they finally get their hopes back in. They finally have, you know, a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel as such. And then OT kicks in, and this is when FaZe decide they're going to pick it up again.
Yeah, so Guardian basically put the members of Na'Vi in his backpack and tried to carry them to Brazil. However, I personally have discovered it's quite difficult to get into Brazil. So FaZe are the border security, and they've said, you got to get through us first, mate. And he didn't pass the test. 3 straight right now, and this is where they had their original struggles. The CT side was what really got them to this point, and unless they can... Are they serious? Na'Vi with 3 AWPs, a Dak, and an AK.
I guess it's all in time, and that's just going to spur on FaZe. They want to get that final nail in the coffin. They want to hammer that one home. Boost towards mid, gets denied by Alu, get wrecked Simple, and now Jacob wants to punish. This is Na'Vi falling to pieces, and FaZe laughing in the face of it, but Guardian's still alive. So keep in mind what he did before in regular time. It's not over till Guardian goes down at this point. He is such an influential factor for these boys. And now I think he's got an idea that... What? I don't know what you're expecting to hit there, Guardian. I'm really not sure. But oh, Alu doesn't care. There it is. FaZe close it out in OT.
You said that was an all-in play right there. That was an all-out play as NaVi have found themselves going down 2-0 to FaZe. They needed these wins tonight, and they definitely not disappointed, but they will be disappointed.
Yes.
They played a good brand of Counter-Strike. Unfortunately, things fell apart for them on Mirage. They had very good resilience to bring it back on Dust2, but then in overtime, it was all FaZe's way. And FaZe up, how do you do it?
I don't know.
I'll just do the parlor thing. Anyway, they go into Brazil. NaVi have to hope for a lot of luck and get some W's tomorrow in their final match versus Heroic, I believe. I can run through...
We're going to find out. All right, I'll leave you to dive into it while I wrap up the show, because it's been a late one today, guys, but two incredibly good games. Let's have a look back at today's matches in case you missed them. If you only tuned in for the last few, this is what you missed out on. The hot match started off, and it might be a lie compared to what we saw, which was a pretty hot match, was NV up against NaVi. At the end, it was a bit of a 1-1 split set, you know, a good match all around, NV picking up Cobble, and the Mirage falling towards NaVi. And then you went into Mirage for the second time around after NaVi's start being phenomenal in their first half. Didn't quite make it out in the end. The OT was incredibly punishing. A good old long game there, but off-stream games came up as well. There's been a lot to be played here, so let's check out how these went down. So FaZe initially started off their game with a 2-0 as well, so they picked up the win over Hellraisers. Good for them. They get another one on the board. I'm going to blister through these. So a 1-1 split between Envy and Heroic. Wow, okay. And Heroic trying to play Nuke, losing out. Very, very curious stuff. Again, I want to watch some of these. And then Fnatic being dominant on almost both fronts there against Flipside. No real surprises.
To be expected.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, the table now, it's pretty much, it's not set, but tomorrow we know who needs to win what, or all the scenarios. I'm going to go home, I'm going to write them all down.
So I think we can look at the table, actually. I was about to hold up a nice Blizzard Entertainment piece there. Love a bit of StarCraft, me. Let's actually look at the table now coming up, because it will kind of start to show. I think this is the updated table, so if I can get clarification on that, that'd be great.
Updated?
So this is updated. This is what we're currently at right now, and it's top 6 qualify, correct?
Yep, and the first 4 that you're seeing there are 100% through. Nobody can catch them, nobody can touch them, nobody can knock them out. Right now, those teams are fighting for seeds. We have a potential, now that NaVi have done that, I haven't done the calculations in me brain, but it's possible, it's still possible in a number of different situations that G2, NaVi, VP, Dig, or Envy, depending on how the matches roll out tomorrow, there could be like a 4-way tie for the last play. There's so many different scenarios. I'm not even going to bother right now. You guys can sit there and work it out, do a bit of theory crafting of your own.
Yes.
I'm sure Graham Messioso will be
on the
tweeting
case.
some stuff soon to get all those followers, but make sure you tune in tomorrow, because that's when the last 2 teams will get decided.
Yeah, so a lot to be seen. That's all for tomorrow. So guys, again, if you are really, really wanting to see who gets qualified, tomorrow is your day, and we'll really clarify everything, because we'll get all the admins to look through it. But again, it's not just about EU, this is also about NA as well. So we will be seeing the NA games coming up later today, which has just as much weight to it, I'm pretty sure at the moment. I'm actually not too sure on the standings out there. I have to check those out actually myself and see who's 100% confirmed, who's left to qualify, because I think there's still probably like 2 slots available, I can imagine, out there as well. Yeah, it's not all locked in,
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 that are currently 100% locked. I know that there's still, I think Immortals are pretty close to being locked.
Yeah, they are.
NRG need to beat my boys Renegades tonight. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, you don't. You don't reckon?
Nah, because Australia.
Australia.
Liquid could limp in there. Echo Fox as well.
Yeah.
You know,
oh wow,
still,
Cloud9 have absolutely trashed it. 23-1.
Do you know? I think SK, since like this, they lost a couple early, but then I think there was like 2 forfeits for them, and then after that they'd won like basically everything. They really wanted to get back to their home country and get in front of their fans.
That's it.
Down the bottom going past right now is all the games for tomorrow. So just to explain how this is going to work, so nobody can throw a match, or nothing can seem like, you know, we don't really care how it ends up. Everybody plays at the exact same time. So you can't see how another team did to affect how you're going to go.
You can't throw someone under the bus or something like that.
Exactly.
Yep.
So everybody plays at the same time. All the matches are scheduled for the same time slots. We'll be peaking overnight. I think we're probably leaning towards the Envy Dig game, because those 2 teams
almost matchups as to who
yeah,
qualify.
so that could be the one that we get tomorrow, but things can change. Don't quote me on anything. That's my catchphrase. But yeah, they're all the matches in the bottom. Check it out on the Pro League website.
Yeah, exactly. So that's EU. Let's actually take a look at tonight's NA games as well. So in case, well, it's only going to be starting in like an hour or so or something, so why don't you just stay up for it? You might as well. Winter Fox up against Immortals now. For Winter Fox, it's just staying away from that bottom of the table. They're still fine, to be fair. They're pretty comfortable at this point. I'm not sure if they're in particularly qualifying positions at this sort of time. I think they're almost out of it.
Yeah,
but the
I'd
big
say
one
so.
is the Renegades game. That's one to keep your eyes on there. Cobble and Mirage, what are your thoughts? Do you think they got a good shot there, Renegades? You reckon they got that one?
Yeah, they've been looking really good lately. I know Godbill put in a whole heap of work
Yeah.
into this. We copped this last season. We finished in 7th last season. I think they want to try and finish a little bit better than that. And Godbill was the one that stopped us from having a chance of getting the finals there by preparing very well for us. So I'm assuming he's going to do his homework. There'll be two very close games, but PK, the coach from Renegades, he will have done his homework this time round.
Yeah, so a lot to be seeing, guys. So, again, if you're interested in the NA game, stay tuned pretty much on this channel. You'll be perfectly fine to catch it there or wherever you feel like. But all in all, it's been a great day of CS. We've had some incredible games from start to finish. But if you want to find out who qualifies to Brazil, it's tomorrow you need to be watching. That is where we'll find out the final of this incredible story we've been building for weeks and weeks and weeks. So, guys, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure casting with you. I'm not going to shout out the Score Esports because you know what? It's Alex's job. He loves that app, not me. I like it, but it's all Alex. I know you're a big fan,
I love it. Yeah.
He's got it on his phone, to be fair. And, guys, you can check that out as well if you want to see the standings for yourself, of course, available on the Google Play and the iOS App Store because I'm a sellout as well. But, guys, thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time, so do hit the follow button on Twitch or just tune in. See you there.